You are listening to the Marc Guzman podcast experience. Which is a perfect transition into our next topic, and it's BART in Silicon Valley along with the transit center that they're planning. So talking about bringing people from out of the country into California to help out with construction and development projects, I recently attended in San Jose a small one-day conference held by CCIM chapter where they had San Jose mayor and they had several people working on this giant transit center that they want to build in downtown San Jose. And one of the people that is working on it is an architect from Australia. So, I mean, people are importing architects, right? And
well, that's because they're doing it in other countries and they're doing it correctly. And then here we're getting bogged down with all this bureaucracy of people who want more affordable housing but don't want to build anymore and create more supply.
So one of the biggest problems that they're facing is that in the Bay Area, there's 28 transit agencies. 28. Right. Like, honestly, do we really need 28 transit agencies?
And to put that in perspective, that's a lot of cooks in the kitchen.
And they're all,
most of which you don't even know how to cook.
And not just a lot of cooks in the kitchen. Everyone is a top chef, and everyone's trying to get the attention, and everyone's trying to control the entire kitchen.
Well, everybody thinks they're Gordon Ramsay. They're really not.
Exactly right. And so it was very interesting to see what their plans to develop this. And the San Jose mayor came out, and he said that San Jose historically has done a phenomenal job of making it easy to leave downtown San Jose. They want to change that and make downtown San Jose a new, vibrant place that you want to live, you want to work in, and you want to visit and stay in. So what their plan is to build a giant transit center that models after some of the big transit centers in China, in Germany, and build a lot of commercial residential housing around it. Now, this type of transit center will have the high-speed rail that we've been talking about, the light rail, BART, buses, Lyft, Uber, but here's the catcher: no parking spaces for vehicles. So if you live in one of the rental units or one of the condos that they'll have available for sale, they will not come with parking because they want to encourage people to work there locally, shop there, eat there, spend their time there. And it's a very interesting project. It's a bit futuristic, I think. And I say futuristic for us, but it's not really, because many other countries are already doing it. And I think it's going to be great. But the problem is funding for all these different projects and the fighting between these 28 agencies.
That's the biggest thing, is the inter-fighting between the agencies, and then the inter-fighting between just the not in my backyards. Again, there's all of this push towards more dense housing, but doing it correctly so it's a pleasant experience. And it's no longer a theory. This is a proven and tested model that's worked in various countries for anybody who's traveled. Like, as you pointed out, in Germany and Hong Kong. I mean, Hong Kong is actually really clean and really efficient. Japan, China. I mean, when you're talking about what were countries that were formerly third world in some cases, being now ahead of us. If anybody's ever visited those places, they look futuristic. So to us, when you come back to the States, it feels like we're coming back from the future.
Yeah, now my concern is where are they going to get the funding for all this? Look how long it took BART to get out to Antioch and to other different places. They've had plans to extend BART beyond SFO for how many years? They still haven't done anything. They had plans to extend BART to Hercules. Going into Vallejo would be perfect, would give Vallejo home prices and rental prices a big boost.
I remember when they were supposed to have the bullet train from Bakersfield to LA back in 1978 when I was a kid, and that still hasn't been built. A lot of it is just to this infighting that goes in, people stopping it, holding it up, and then making it more and more costly and expensive.
Well, the High-Speed Rail Authority was founded and started in 1996. They didn't get funding until 2008, and guess what? They still haven't done anything with it. And it's a big giant mess. There's too many people trying to control the projects, and it's not moving along the way it should be. But if they can figure this out and actually make it work, I think it's going to be huge for the Silicon Valley area, because the biggest problem that tech companies have is where are they going to house or all their workers? Tech companies are looking at New York, Texas, Georgia, and other states looking for tech hubs where they can develop and house many workers. But if they have a high speed rail here in California, where maybe 30-minute commute high speed rail, all of a sudden you can develop farther out areas. I think that's going to be very beneficial for a lot of their workers. So it could give Silicon Valley a whole new boost, which would be very exciting to see.